Yo, from this trip in Europe. Let me see, try to fix this. There we go. Much better. Anyways, let me give it a little more light because it's kind of dark in here. There's that too. And then maybe back here. There you go. Some of these back here. And you guys seen all these already. But anyways, back from my trip from Europe. It was absolutely beautiful. I when you first go to Europe, you think you're gonna have like a mix feelings about how they treat you coming from the United States, but honestly, my experience was great in Paris, Germany, and Switzerland. It was amazing. It's People treated me amazing with amazing respect. You hear in like some maybe YouTube channel, some people that have traveled to Paris, maybe a little bit of negative feedback, right? In certain countries about the language and so on. I did try to, be as much respectful as I could. Saying good morning, bonjour, bonjour, things like that. I probably have a really bad accent, but I made an effort, to say good morning, and if I know I couldn't say something good in French, I would show like signal, show that's like hey, um, and not try to bash anybody's language. Yeah, but anyways, it was a good experience in Paris. It was amazing. I was treated very good. Um, French people are very nice. They're so far to me, they were very, very nice. And fortunately, I was able to get this thing. And you guys probably, I don't know if you missed the live, but I was able to buy the Game Boy Color, the Super Mario Bros. Deluxe in Paris. And you see right there, the cost was 79.99 euros. In dollars, that's probably translates to, I think it was like, with the 3% my bank charged me, it came out to like $95. But look how mint this thing is. It's an open box item. I was told, but it's mint. So pretty good condition. Not bad at all. I want to open it. It's just the plastic the store puts in these. But I told you guys I had recently also bought the Game Boy Colors, right? So I tried other games there before. I was sold this video game with a Pokemon video game, and I was looking at some reviews on here on YouTube of how this game is very nice. So I went ahead and bought it in Paris, which it was a nice walk, a good experience going to this store to buy this video game. It was really nice. I saw a lot. I saw some, what do you call it? I saw some protests happening over there in Paris. They're very vocal out there, and it was pretty cool. Paris was very nice. I was treated excellent in Paris. I was lucky to find this video game, and I did find the console, the European version of the Super Nintendo. Now, it wasn't exactly what I expected. I thought it would be maybe a little bit cheaper because I was in Europe. Hey, what's up, Theo? So I thought it was gonna be a little cheaper, but no, it was 200 euros. And if I buy it here from Amazon in new, actually brand new, but just have it shipped, it's also $200. So it made no sense me buying it there because money wise I was gonna pay that 3%, and the American dollar is a little weaker. So I'm good. How are you, man? Nice to see you. back from the trip from Paris. Um, sorry, I didn't mean to dismiss. So I was just like talking about the Super Nintendo that I saw it in Paris. It was there, and I was gonna buy it. But it was more expensive buying it over there than me buying it here in the States and then just have it shipped to my house. Um, so it made no sense me buying it over there, and that was basically the only store that was kind of open because they had this like protest going on. So a lot of these stores were like completely shut down. They were closed. I guess people get a little you know uh, they break in and stuff like that, and so a lot of these stores were like, okay, maybe we should just close for today. Anyways, that's why I couldn't get the Super Nintendos over there. So this is the only thing I got from that store. And then when I went to Germany, I did. I was looking at a couple of stores. This was only literally one store. It was called Freeman's. And I was like literally looking for the store. Honestly, I couldn't I couldn't get to the store, and it was kind of late. My phone was about to die. So I needed the GPS to get back to my hotel because my hotel was like an hour and 25 minutes from Berlin. And yeah, it was a lot of like inconvenience that I didn't expect. Then Switzerland. Let's see, Switzerland. I honestly didn't have the time. And when I got back to Zurich after visiting my fiance's family, I basically, you know, got there. Traffic hit. I was there kind of late, and it was literally my last day in Zurich. And by the time I got to the store, it was closed. So, hey, how are you, Lynn? How's everything? Um, so yeah, that's my thing with I I I need more time. When you go to Europe, you definitely need more than a week. Um, but Europe was amazing. It's amazing. I met a couple people, made a couple friends. Definitely that people that like retro gaming. And yeah, maybe next trip, because I had the marathon on Sunday the 21st. So I ran the marathon. I finished the marathon. Thank God. It wasn't easy. It was a really hard marathon, but you know, I'm happy that I came back with this. So, because I couldn't find this video game anywhere in the stores near here in New York. You probably had to order it, and price wasn't bad. 79 euros. That's with like $95, but that's what the prices go on these around here. And I've been to book off here in New York City, and I didn't have a luck. I wasn't lucky enough to find this one. So I was lucky enough to find it in Europe, and you know I don't want to open it, but I mean I bought it for a reason, right? I want to test it, so let's do a live test. I'm gonna take this Game Boy out. Oh shoot. Okay, take. This is the Pokemon. It works perfectly fine. Some people would say, "Hey, why are you gonna open it?" I mean, I bought it for that one reason, to open it and play it. Um, but yeah, here it is, guys, and this is what we're gonna get. Like the Mario Bros. Game for Game Boy Color. It's here are the versions: German, French, Spanish, Italian, and English. So let's do this. Uh, take it out carefully. It ripped already, so, but not too much. I can always put it in the bag, and this is how it looks without the plastic. Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. Now, one thing that I did realize is that this is, if I'm not wrong, this is a Japanese version Game Boy Color. I believe it is. So, maybe maybe not. maybe this is not. But let's see if it works. Let's see if look, it's in the packaging. Everything looks like it's supposed to look. Look, instruction manual. See this? And let's just hope it works, guys. Right? Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. All right. So yeah, this is a manual, instructions, different languages: German, French, English, Spanish, and Italian. I'm surprised it's not in Portuguese. It's a European version. Should be in Portuguese. And this is how the game looks. I know these games eventually the battery wears out, so you gotta open them and you know, basically. All right, game's in, and let's see. Volume's all the way up. Super Mario Bros. Check it out, guys. Oh, yeah, no, you guys can't see it. There we go. You see it? Oh man, that's crazy. Wow, look at this. This is nostalgia right there. I'm trying to fix it so you guys can like appreciate it, but the glare is what's. There we go. Maybe a little bit there. All right, let's play it. Oh wow. Oh, this is awesome, guys. Ah, this is so good. I wish you guys could see it. Oh man. Whoa. I forgot how. Oh man, it's a fun game. I'm not gonna lie, it's a fun game. Oh man, this brings me back. Check it out. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I don't know if you guys can. I'm gonna try to play it like that. I don't know if you guys were able to see anything, but oh man, it's cool. I will make a close up video with my camera. So it looks better. Um, but right now, I wanted to show you guys it does work. That's pretty cool. Save? No, I don't want to save it. Um, but the game does work, so that's a major thing. It works flawlessly. So we got the yeah, man. We got this Game Boy Color video game straight from Paris. Very very cool. Updates of our coffee shop. Uh, oh, hey Queen, how are you? So I was just showing you guys the game that I bought in Paris. This is the Super Mario Bros. Deluxe for Game Boy Color. So I was just testing it out on the Game Boy, and it works perfectly fine. No issues. Um, I will make a little short there so you guys can appreciate it. Um, but yeah, the game works perfectly. So yeah, I'm just kind of like, you know, talking to you guys about my trip in Paris. It was pretty fun. It was really great trip. Um, and yeah, Europe is very nice, man. I have no complaints. I really felt home there. Honestly, Europe is very nice. Very pretty, man. A lot of art. If you like art, I like art. So to me, it was like a dream come true being there. Um, Nothing bad to say about Europe. Everything positive. Everything was my trip was amazing. Thank God. Um, and yeah, it's France is beautiful. A lot of art. Um, People very nice. Even though I hear some mixed reviews, right? Some people have um, different thoughts. My thoughts of France were pretty good. Some people were actually, as I was there, saying, "Hey, does it smell like pee?" And I'll be honest, maybe my nose wasn't on point, but people actually, the French, or just maybe tourists. I don't know if they were tourists, but uh, they actually smell pretty good. I don't know if maybe the area where I was staying, but yeah. And like I said, I only found this one store that was open. I was lucky because they had some protests out there, so a lot of these shops were closed. And I end up finding out that later, like I'm like I didn't know why they were closed. I'm like, hey, why are you guys closed on a weekday? I couldn't get it. But apparently it was because there was some protests going on, and some of these stores rather closed than open. In case people come in and just like like damage their business, break in or stuff like that. But looting, I guess, right? That's the right word. But yeah, man, it was a great trip. I'm happy that I found this. An update for a coffee shop. Hey, what's up? How are you? Handmade. Um, the coffee shop is almost finished. Thank God. Um, that's the last update I got from my brother. Our bar is finished. They're finishing up on some things outside in the patio. And next, we got ourselves a fridge. We're waiting for the kitchen to arrive sometime this week. And then I may be traveling to El Salvador. I was gonna go now in October, but I will have to delay my flight to maybe ends of November for the grand opening because right now We need a permit, a specific permit, a sewage permit. That's super important. So once we have that, we will make that trip and open a coffee shop. Bring up the rest of the video games to install the TVs. Um, and yeah, that's that. That's what we are doing. We're back in back home in the States. Um, One thing particular about Europe is that I did know there's very little AC in some spots. It did not bother me. I like traveling sometimes solo. I'm not a picky traveler. I could stay at a hostel. I don't care. But some people might not like that. But to me, it was fine, and that didn't change my trip. The train system and transportation system in Europe is fantastic. It's very nice. Mainly in Germany and Switzerland is beyond me. That's if you do travel to Europe one day, make sure you leave Switzerland last, because if you go to Switzerland first, it's it's gonna ruin your whole trip because it's so pretty. It's it's beyond me. I don't know. It's very pretty, very clean, and then you might wind up comparing the countries, and that's not a good thing because each country got its own beauty. But Switzerland is like, I don't know. It's like, man, it's hard to find a flaw in this country. It's so perfect. Um, it's nuts. I mean, the fact I couldn't find a game store there, but that's that's my problem. I was running late. Um, I was at Fatima's family members. I was visiting them for a little bit. So, but yeah, it was it's an amazing trip, man. If you guys were connected and saw the lives, you can see some of what I was doing, what I was visiting. Um, but I hope you guys can, if you haven't visited Europe, definitely go to Europe because it's very pretty, man. It opens up another door in your head. Um, when I go to El Salvador, I like it over there too. But when I now that I went to Europe, it's a whole different perspective of the planet as a whole. So now Asia will be next. Do want to go to Japan, and Japan I'm definitely gonna need at least 2 weeks because I- that's like Nintendo Mecca there, right? So if I go to Japan, oh my god, man, I want to show you guys everything, and I want to make sure my phone service is working properly, and I have like a extra battery for the phone. You could plug in the back that way, because that the whole thing being there with the phone recording, it consumes a lot of your battery. Um, and there was a couple of times that I had to like stop at a restaurant and ask people, "Hey, is there any way I could like charge my phone here?" And people were very nice. That until I got into the bus or the tram, that I had to basically plug in my phone. But other than that, it's amazing. I suggest you guys, if you have the time and the means to make it to Europe, definitely go. It's very nice. If you haven't been, if you live there, you know what I'm talking about. Or some apparently in Germany thought that Germany wasn't all that. The Some Germans. Um, I Obviously when you travel as a tourist, you only see the pretty things, of a country, but you know you got to learn to appreciate what you have. What we have here in the States is very nice as well. It's a very nice country to live. um a whole bunch of things happening, but that happens every so often. It's not the first thing you'll ever see protests. It's not the first time you will ever see it. This has been happening. Humans, we don't like something, and you know, we make it known that we don't like it, and some of us go out to the streets, protest, and that's totally fine. As long as you do it in a way where you're not affecting somebody, or hurting somebody, I think that that's totally fine. Um, but yeah, man, Europe is amazing. I hope to be back soon. Um, and now we got a plan for Japan. Japan is definitely my next trip in my bucket list, 100%. I need time from my jobs. I almost depleted all my time at my jobs right now. Um, but next year's around the corner. So I get a whole bunch of time deposited in my bank, and I can plan ahead. So definitely not this year, but next year. This year I have maybe one more trip for El Salvador, which is the grand opening of our coffee shop. And depending on how business flows, how business goes, I may have to make decisions, or where I may have to be traveling to El Salvador more frequently. I may have to quit one of my jobs to run this coffee shop. I don't know. We will see when time hits, and then make these decisions. I know I'm sending a couple of TVs. I already sent the consoles, the Nintendo consoles. So um I think that will be pretty cool. Once we're there, and I gotta ship these little guys, man, because they're gonna be in the coffee shop. I gotta ship them. Um, where is this other guy? I think I will be buying the one more item, possibly, which will be the what do you call it? The Game Boy, but I don't know if you guys seen it. It's the Game Boy Lego set. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but they are selling that now, and I think it's like, I don't know, $60 if I'm not wrong. I think that's the price. I think Costco has it. So I will probably go to Costco, find out if they have it. Um, and yeah, you know, that's that's what we're up to. Um, if you guys saw some of my life, if not, you can go back and take a look at them while I was in Europe. Like, I was doing some lives there for you guys. Um, and yeah, gladly some people were able to see it as I was there. So yeah. And again, guys, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, we're getting closer to 500 subscribers. So once we reach 500 subscribers, we'll be giving away a Labubu or Labubu accessory. So let me let you guys go, because I do have some homework. I have to submit today. I just came back. So I have to work on that, jump on my homework, get updated on school. And yeah, man. Thank you guys for connecting, watching, you know, our channel. I know I haven't been uploading um shorts or lives, but yeah, been really busy with the whole traveling thing. Very tired. Because you do have that uh, jet lag when you come from a different time zone. So yeah, I will definitely be uploading soon updates on our coffee shop. So stay tuned, guys. Again, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the content in order to possibly win a Labubu or a Labubu accessory once we reach 500 subscribers. And yeah, I will do maybe a short on the Nintendo, the Game Boy Color. Uh, and the Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. Hopefully I can get a good angle, that way you guys can see it, because it's the glare kind of affects how the video looks. So anyways, take care guys. Happy Sunday with you and your families.